Welcome to Section 1 of the Mass Casualty Crimes Team webinar series. My name is Paige Almendinger, and I am the supervisor of the Critical Incidents Unit.
My name is Maggie McHale, and I am the Public Policy Aide on that unit. Together, we are the coordinating body for the Mass Casualty Crimes Team.
This is Section 1 of 3 sections of the Mass Casualty Crimes Team webinar series. Upon completion of this section, please complete the post test and submit it to your supervisor. If you're interested in volunteering for the Mass Casualty Crimes Team, please complete the additional required trainings on SharePoint and ask your supervisor for more information. The learning objectives. In this section, we're going to do an overview of the history of the Mass Casualty Crimes Team, talk about who makes up the team, what types of incidents we respond to, and we're going to do a brief overview of the roles and responsibilities of the team members when they respond to an incident. As critical incidents become more prevalent across the country, there's a clear need for agencies that serve victims of crime to respond in the immediate aftermath of a mass casualty crime. Disaster service agencies and law enforcement officials have traditionally responded to these types of incidents. While these agencies continue to play important roles, there's an increasing understanding that victim service providers must be integrated into this response to provide comprehensive services to victims and witnesses. Through a grant offered by the California Office of Emergency Services, the Chief of San Francisco's Victim Services Division, Dr. Gina Castro Rodriguez, was able to secure funds to establish the Mass Casualty Crimes Unit. Our office's first response to a mass casualty crime incident came in 2017 after a workplace shooting at UPS.
So what is the Mass Casualty Crimes Team? Our office's Mass Casualty Crimes Team is a specialized team of advocates and claims specialists who respond on scene in the aftermath of a mass casualty crime in San Francisco. This team responds to meet the needs of those impacted by a mass casualty crime incident, including victims, witnesses, and friends and family of those impacted. The Mass Casualty Crimes Team does not have dedicated advocates. Rather, it is comprised of advocates of other units who have volunteered to respond and have received specialized training. This webinar is the first of these specialized trainings to help advocates understand their roles and the disaster response structure they will be responding in.
So what is a mass casualty crime incident? When our unit was first established, we did research and found that agencies that respond to these types of incidences have varying definitions. It was important for us to define what a mass casualty crime incident was for us so that we could tell our partner agencies when we could respond if there were a crime-related mass casualty. For our office, we define a mass casualty crime as any crime intending to result in 3 or more deaths. This could be a school or workplace shooting. It could be a shooting in a public place. It can also include criminal negligence. Criminal negligence cases will have a delayed response. It often takes time for the investigators to determine that something that may look like an accident is actually in fact criminal. The ghost ship fire in Alameda County is a great example of this. After the initial response, it was determined that this was criminal negligence, so victim services were able to provide resources.
Mass Casualty Crime Team roles and responsibilities. In the event of a mass casualty crime, our team will respond to the incident in the immediate, short-term, and long-term periods following the incident. Our team acts in several different capacities when responding to these incidents. We act as an organizing body on scene, we conduct intake and needs assessments, we collect missing persons reports, and provide brief crisis intervention on scene. These roles and responsibilities will be given more detail in Section 3.